G'day, F1 issues their first ever heat hazard warning for the Singapore Grand Prix. What does it mean? And what do these $700 cooling vests actually do?
Now there is a heat warning issued for this race, and as the temperature is going to be 31 or higher, a day prior to the race, the FIA says, right, everybody has to install these cooling units in the car. Now they weigh 5 kilograms, and as such, you're allowed to be 5 kilograms heavier on the weight of your car and your driver. But the driver should also wear a cooling vest. Now I've been told that that's not mandatory, and if you don't wear that cooling vest, you still have to put half a kilo of ballast in the car because that's roughly what that vest weighs. And this is one of these vests, and to look at here, it's pretty nifty looking. One trainer actually told me that when his driver gets out of the car having worn this, the driver is cold to touch, so you want this here in Singapore. I saw Lewis Hamilton doing some stuff in the car this evening, and I think he was actually testing the piping where it goes, because the drivers are saying it can be a tad uncomfortable because there's an inlet valve and an outlet valve, and they dig into you when you go through high-speed corners. There's no doubt it's a prudent move because you can't have drivers on the edge of blacking out, which was the situation going back to Qatar a couple of years ago with Logan Sargent and also Lance Stroll barely able to get out of his car after that race. Next year, there are 5 drivers vying for 4 seats in the RedBull VCARB teams. I can tell you right now, one of those drivers will be British-Swedish driver Arvid Lindblad. He's currently 7th in the F2 Championship. He has done some testing in F1 cars. In fact, he crashed just after Monza when the team did some TPC testing of previous cars. But that hasn't dissuaded the team. He's 99% sure to be driving for VCARB next year. It would have to be something bizarre go wrong for him not to be in that car. So that leaves 3 seats and 4 drivers. Well, you can put Max Verstappen down, he's in. Isaac Hadjar, he'll be in. But he won't be in this team, he'll be in Red Bull. And that leaves Liam and Yuki to fight over that one remaining seat in VCARB. Who's your money on? Well, it was this race a year ago when Daniel Ricciardo walked out of this paddock for the last time. I remember standing here for what seemed like an eternity. It was probably a good 3 and a bit hours after the race that he left the paddock, and I kept thinking to myself, surely we've done long enough, come on, let's go. But my son was quite adamant. No, we'd invested the time, we stuck around, and we were the last people to shoot Daniel leaving Formula One. And while he is now an ambassador for Ford, that's not Ford Racing, that's the Ford off-road vehicle side of things. And I don't expect we'll see him back in this paddock anytime soon. Now, I don't often get down this end of the paddock, but I can tell you, Sauber have new shirts for this weekend. I saw team principal Jonathan Wheatley in this all-black outfit, and you know what? I loved it. What's your thoughts? George Russell was asked what percentage he thought Max had of winning the championship. He wryly responded 100%. And then later, Max Verstappen was asked what he thought his chances were, and he said 50-50, because I either win it or I don't. I tell you what, if he wins this weekend, it's going to be very interesting, especially if the McLaren drivers turn in a shocker like last weekend. Now, I have it on pretty good authority that F1 is very keen on a 12th team to be in the competition, and I think that may well open the door for Christian Horner, perhaps to head up a syndicate, and it's a long-term plan. It won't be happening next year. It's a good couple of years if that away, but I really think that Christian Horner is going to be back in Formula One. He is too clever an operator not to be in this paddock. Of course, there's still a court proceeding to come in January, but I think once that's all done, he'll be well focused on getting back into the Formula One paddock. This gentleman will be using the same helmet that he used in Bahrain earlier this year at this race. Why? It's a darker helmet than normal. I just had a chat with one of his crew who said that at night, this helmet pops. So keep a lookout for it if you're either at home watching it on TV or here at the track. If you're wondering where most of the drivers are staying, it's the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. It's one of the world's greatest hotels. In fact, it's the most profitable, I'm told, with an average occupancy of 97%. But this weekend, it's 100%, and 9 F1 drivers are staying there, plus at least 1 reserve driver, this man, Zhou Guan Yu.
Joe, this is Kim.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
just documenting this. That's actually Irene, who's the marketing manager for the hotel, and she gave us a tour around that property, which you probably know for its amazing pool. But she did reveal that the pool closes at midnight. But I can tell you that one driver had exclusive use of it, along with his girlfriend, after midnight one night. Which driver? No, I'm not going to tell you. But Irene did tell me that the drivers are ferried backwards and forwards from the track in Marina Bay Sands cars, dropped off out here at the swipe gates. But did the drivers walk through the hotel? No, and that disappoints a number of fans who hang out there for hours. They typically go secret routes. I was reading an article in the Straits Times about hotel rates during the Grand Prix, and it's boom time, trust me on that. double normally. But not all businesses are excited. There was a couple of instances of restaurants who are inside the areas where the roads are closed, and there are a lot of them. And not only can't patrons get to them, delivery drivers also face difficulties getting in and out, so they're not at all happy. But you're going to get that with pretty much any Grand Prix. Two new things for this race. First, pit lane speed limits change from 60 k's an hour to 80. And there's a brand new grandstand at the last turn, which I think might produce some lovely rear shots at night. If you're looking for a great local meal, fun atmosphere and very good value, you've got to come and have a look at Newton Circus.
This is a $55 4-course choice, barbecue, chili, black pepper, or salted egg.
I just had some delicious Michelin-style noodles and they were only $7, and I think everyone should come and eat them.
Now the chef here has offered to cook me something, so let's go and see what he's got. Now I have it on reliable authority that you have to have the chicken satay from stall 76. I've got a dozen here with some spectacular sauce, and all this, 12 of them, 12 Singapore, about 9 US. Just beautiful. World class.
This is Singaporean carrot cake. It's 4 Sing dollars, which is about 3 USD.
The whole essence of this joint is that there's all these great little stands around here. It's great value. It's open air, and it's not too hot tonight. It's well worth a visit. And that is good. Not great, but it's good. Now this one here is apparently you need to pierce and get the soup out. This is Suntec Mall, so let's see what merchandise is going for here. 270 US for this jacket, which you will not need in Singapore. A Lando t-shirt, 124 US, and all prices in US for consistency. And if you got 148 US, you can get this Oscar Piastri polo shirt. RedBull fans, a vest, 170 US. 250 for this. And these t-shirts, 70 US. I think that's because they're Liam Lawson, and of course Liam is not driving for Red Bull. And if you've got $93 Ferrari fans, get this cap. How does this look on me? It's 500 Singapore dollars, which is $388. And once again, not the sort of stuff you'll be wearing in Singapore. Ferrari fans, 147, 132. Mercedes fans, 124 for this, 170 for that. Now, I've been told that there is no Liam Lawson merchandise available. What we saw back there was Red Bull stuff, but at VCARB, all I could find here was this Yuki Tsunoda top, and he's not even driving for them this year. So clearly this is just old stock that they're wanting to dump. Thanks for sticking around to the end of this video. I must say I'll be very keen to see how effective those cooling vests will be in this sticky Singapore climate. I'll report back after the race. Before you go, could you please hit the like button and the subscribe for those who are unsubscribed. Thanks for watching.
And stay passionate.
They're rather hot.